Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars, and welcome to my review for the 2019 DC animated superhero film Batman Hush, a film that is directed by Justin Copeland, and it stars a whole array of fairly familiar names for some of the cast, and I'll go through some of them. We get Jason O'Mara, who voices Batman. We get Peyton List as Batgirl, Jennifer Morrison as Catwoman, Rebecca Romijn as Lois Lane, who you'll remember from the X-Men films, Jerry O'Connell as Superman, Rainn Wilson as Lex Luthor, Tara Strong. Oh goodness me, let's have a look. Anybody else that we can recognise here? Bruce Thomas, Commissioner Gordon. So quite a lot of names. If you follow DC animated films, there's a lot of names there that you will recognise for some of the voice actors that have previously turned up in DC animated films. Now this is the animated film of the Hush story. Now I'm not an uber fan when it comes to all the comic storylines and things like that. My knowledge of Hush comes essentially mostly from like the Arkham games and things like that. So I was aware of who Hush is and the threat that he is towards Batman, and this film focuses on that. It focuses on Batman, who essentially has the whole of Gotham's and to some degree Metropolis's supervillains, and in some cases heroes, turning on him and trying to take him out, and those close to him, and he has to forge an unlikely partnership with Catwoman that as the film goes on actually develops into something a little bit more. That's essentially the movie here. It's Hush manipulating and controlling these supervillains into doing his bidding, in order to essentially play with Batman, and mess with his head, and so that he can make like the killer blow sort of thing. Now, what did I think of Hush? Well, I've reviewed quite a few DC animated films. I do enjoy quite a lot of them. I don't think they've been up to par over the last 2 or 3 years, with the odd exception, I suppose. And this was about what I expected. It didn't blow me away, but it was very well made, in a sense of it was very watchable, and it was fun, and what you expect. It was the animation style was a cross between the old 90s Batman cartoon and something a little bit modern, fresh, and it was certainly enjoyable to watch. The biggest problem with this film is there's just too many cooks spoiling the broth, and what I mean by that is everybody is in this film that you could imagine, and I mean everybody, and sometimes they're in it just for a minute or two tops. And I'm talking here, Batgirl turns up briefly, Lex Luthor turns up briefly, Poison Ivy turns up reasonably briefly, Scarecrow, Riddler, Joker, Superman, Lois Lane, all these characters that you know and love, Harley Quinn, they all turn up in this film. They're all in this film, and they don't need to be. It's just there's way too many characters in this film. It just didn't need. It's not a Justice League film. Didn't need to be all there, all these characters, and I've left out probably about half a dozen that I've forgotten about. It's just riddled with characters, so it spoils the film. And at the very core of this film was almost like a psychological thriller of this scarred character, Hush, trying to make Batman's life a living hell. And the flip side of that is Batman is trying to keep everybody that he cares about safe, but at the same time he's falling for Catwoman. So there's two really central stories there, and you didn't need all this other baggage, I suggest. And I don't know if they just felt the need to shove all these recognisable faces. You've got Nightwing as well, and you've got Damian Wayne makes a brief appearance. All these characters, and you're just like, God, they're throwing too much at the screen here. And when they stripped it back to just Hush against Batman, and then the relationship between Catwoman and Batman, I was really on board, you know what I mean? And it really worked for me, this film. Bane as well, Bane's in this film as well. Anybody and everybody, they're in this film. Pretty much every DC character you could ever imagine is in it briefly at some point, and they really, really didn't need to be. And for me, the reveal, and I don't know if it is it certainly wasn't in the Arkham games, but the reveal of who Hush is at the end was decidedly underwhelming, I have to say. In fact, I checked out by that point. I didn't like the reveal of who Hush was, and I'm obviously not going to tell you who it is. And it might be the reveal in the comic books, but I don't know. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I did enjoy this DC animated film, but there's just too many characters in it. It's a bit messy. And I didn't like the reveal either at the end, but it's certainly of decent quality, as they always are, the DC films, to some degree. So thanks for watching, everybody, and of course, if I'll be back next time for another review, but if you enjoyed this review, please click subscribe and please click the like button as well. It really does help the channel. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time on the channel.